Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, back under center, Ryan Tannehill and the Miami Dolphins as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
The Dolphins send out the rookie from New Mexico, Jason Sanders, to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their big offseason signing from Michigan State in his 7th year. It's the veteran Kirk Cousins.
I do hear some mild criticism of Kirk Cousins and his play the last few seasons in Washington, mainly because the team was just 24, 23-1. But I also saw a quarterback with an offensive line that essentially introduced itself to each other in the huddle before the first snap in Seattle against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Win that game with big plays late. This is a tough-minded, hard-nosed, gritty quarterback that tends to inspire a team to play better around him.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Thielen, another great game last week against Arizona. 11 catches, 123 yards and a score. And, you know, we thought Michael Thomas might challenge for the single-season reception record. Well, we forgot about Adam Thielen.
And we should not have, and maybe both of them will challenge for it. But Adam Thielen has 58 catches on the year now. He went to the Pro Bowl last year, so he should have been on our radar. With those 58 catches, most receptions through 6 games of a season in NFL history. Also over 100 yards every game this year. His first 6, only Charlie Hennigan in 1961 had more, 7 with the Houston Oilers.
Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
Kyle Rudolph had his 2nd Pro Bowl appearance last year when he had 8 touchdowns, just 1 off of his career high. One of the most likable, upbeat players in the league, continues to improve as a blocker, is one of the best pass-catching tight ends in the league. One of the guys that the Vikings like to build around for the future.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And out come the Dolphins now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Third and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Minnesota ready to take back over the football here. And look back to Week 6. They got the win over Arizona. They weren't perfect in that game by any stretch, but bottom line, they're back over 500 now. And an interesting nugget, they got their first rushing touchdown of the season.
And remember, their head coach, Mike Zimmer, told all of us, let's not panic about our slow start. We were 2-2 last year before we elevated. Looks like they're on the same formula this year. Won in Philadelphia last week, beat Arizona this week here. First rushing touchdown of the season. Latavius Murray getting it done. We had a big game, 155 yards and 24 carries. Dalvin Cook out with a bad hamstring. But how about Kirk Cousins' rushing touchdown? How about that? Forget the touchdown.
Yeah.
What was the dance afterwards?
What was the dance, Kirk?
I thought he was trying to go for the backpack at first, which is pretty popular out there.
Yeah.
But he slowed it down so much, and I loved how his offensive lineman, Mike Rimmers, came to celebrate. He started to do it, then he realized, I don't want to
I noticed there were a lot of teammates that just avoided the area, and that's what I would have done. And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 0-0 our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Play action now, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is taken at the 23. Another nice move. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's Tannehill. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Tannehill now to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Tannehill hands to Drake. And he'll go down at the 28. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Sanders now to kick this one away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. First carry for Frank Gore, the newest and oldest Dolphin. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Sherrills. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Rudolph has it left side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
2nd down, Cousins. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Cousins on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. They'll throw again. Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
A good play on the ball, getting a hand on it, but it was tipped up in the air before falling incomplete. And that leads to way too many moments where bad things can happen for a defense and good things can happen for an offense. And this is tough to teach in today's football because everyone wants to make a highlight play. Tip it up in the air, grab it yourself, take it the other way. But sometimes that can backfire. How do you teach these guys to just make the good, solid, fundamental play of knocking it to the ground and not trying to make a highlight reel play that could backfire?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen, 37 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Here comes Grant on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Cousins finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 3. And it's a 2nd down. Now Cousins. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Akeem Spence able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Cousins to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now here come the Dolphins. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Tannehill now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down. Now Tannehill. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Flushed it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a handoff for Drake. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. First throw in overtime for Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, a little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. to give. This is Drake. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Second and 9 now from the 21. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. What can Cousins do in the OT? Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
Here's Matt Weil now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. Here's Matt Weil now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Dolphins getting set to go here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
20!
Right back to Drake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Third and long, it's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. Sherrills to return it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Here's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
This is taken at the 18. Good move at the 30. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Play action. It's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Richardson, the former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year back in 2013.
Yeah, just remember, this guy's talent is absolutely undeniable. And don't worry about his sack numbers. He's rushing from the inside most of the time, but he creates such havoc getting back to the quarterback, breaks down pockets left and right.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Running, it's Drake. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And now out comes Minnesota, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the 1st-round pick out of Alabama. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Now Cousins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Matt Wild now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw is Tannehill. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he finds Danny Amendola. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Got a man, it's Amendola. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Dolphin 1st down as Tannehill is on target to the former Patriot Danny Amendola. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Gore. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
False start, offense.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt
Still
like, hey,
down.
this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. Pass incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Murray. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Handoff comes to Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
3rd and long for Cousins. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's Matt Weil now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And, partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the balls we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school video? Did you ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep here for Parker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Drake. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Tannehill throwing again. Looking deep now for Amendola. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a big 32-yard play on third. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. So it all comes down to a rookie kicker, Jason Sanders. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long.